Episode 3 of My Clueless First Friend is just as heartwarming as the last few installments. Nishimura finds a cat that's being abandoned. Thanks to Takada and his constant optimism, she decides to adopt it. During this opening scene, you really see Nishimura get in her feelings about not even being able to enjoy having a pet without her classmates bullying her. And Takada, as usual, he's a little bit of an airhead. He doesn't quite understand the severity of what she's going through with her bullying. He thinks that there's no reason why she shouldn't be able to indulge in taking care of a kitty. He relates the color of the kitty's black fur to her hair, saying how this is the perfect cat for the Grim Reaper, not in an offensive way, but in a really charming way. Takada is starting to pick up on the fact that Nishimura isn't so comfortable with that term, and he's trying to make her feel at ease by being called that, embrace being the Grim Reaper, and he's figuring out more nuanced ways to do it. Well, as nuanced as a 5th grader can be. Nishimura ends up bringing pictures of the new cat to school, who she now names Kuro. The other girls, of course, tease her for having a black cat. However, Kasahara, she's the typical bitchy role of a show like this. She absolutely loves cats. She can't have cats because they don't allow any pets in her apartment. So she's going crazy over Nishimura's pictures of Kuro, and she's asking for videos. And even though she still doesn't really like Nishimura, she can warm up to her knowing that they have a similar interest and something that she hasn't been able to indulge in, but she can now participate and enjoy with by talking to Nishimura. And Nishimura seems pretty receptive to talking to her former bully as well. I'm really liking how they're able to take a whole bunch of chapters, combine them into one episode to make it seem like a full school day, but it doesn't feel segmented at all. This scene feels like something that would happen in between class when the teacher is collecting papers or any other everyday activity for elementary school. The summer vacation arc begins, and this is a high point of My Clueless First Friend. Nishimura is filling out her summer vacation calendar in class, but she finds that she'll have nothing to do. The whole being a loner, not having any friends, being bullied by every guy and girl you know, that tends to keep you from having any sort of active social life. Takada reaches back for Nishimura's sheet, looking to see what she has planned, but Nishimura pulls back and reacts very defensively. This is the first time that Nishi puts up any sort of boundary between her and Takada, and she does so very aggressively. The studio is really good with what they do here with the stills and the framing, and even with the music. Takada is taken back, but after taking time to register what just happened, he's able to process that Nishi wants space and she doesn't want to talk about whatever's on the paper right now. It's cool because when you're at that age, that's when you start learning about boundaries with people outside of your family members, and when you start developing more complex relationships with friends. So yeah, again, the studio seems to really be tapping into how kids actually mature and how they act around the 5th grade. Later on, they make up and Nishimura comes clean about not having anything to do this summer. They end up making plans to spend a lot of time with one another, and Nishimura is enamored. This is going to be her first real summer vacation. After waiting out a rainfall before heading home, these characters reflect on their day and the fact that they're going to look forward to spending summer with one another. Also, let's remember, Takada is from a previous town. I believe it was a smaller town. So for him, he's going to go in the mountains and look for bugs and do a lot of boy stuff. Also, at this time, we're seeing Nishimura blush a lot more. It's clear that she likes Takada. The other students are starting to pick up that they get along really well, but Takada is the clueless first friend. He doesn't understand the emotions that are developing at that time. During summer vacation, Nishimura is invited to the pool with the rest of her class. She needs to buy a new swimsuit, and she feels a little embarrassed because all she has is her school swimsuit. In the manga, this was played up a little better. Nishimura's mom is dead, and the father is trying to play the best surrogate female role that he can. There is a little bit of discomfort with getting his little girl her first mature swimsuit. At the same time, he still encourages her, even if it is her protest phase of life, and it's a really cute scene. I did like it more in the manga. Here I wish they focused on it a little bit more. The subsequent scene where they're at the pool and all of the kids are buzzing about Nishimura's swimsuit, everyone thinks Nishimura is cute, even her bullies. When Kitagawa starts bullying her, everyone calls him out on his crap, and you see Nishimura develop more confidence as well around these people. And of course, Takada lays on the Rizz by defending his girl, and he punks Kitagawa, telling the bully to fuck off. Not actually, but basically, you know? If this is the direction that the anime will go in, then I think it's going to be a great adaptation. It expands on the manga in the right ways, and it doesn't deviate from the source material at all. Takada's blind admiration for Nishimura is so nice because it's not creepy, it's not weird, it's just young people who are learning to build a strong friendship with one another. Seeing Nishimura be much more expressive and seeing Takada never back down when he's trying to empower his new friend, that dynamic is great between the two of them. I've grown tired of the childhood friend trope, but we very rarely see the development of how the childhood friend relationship began. Most childhood friends don't end up with one another, but there's a reason why they endure for so long. Not many people are able to have a friendship with someone that they met in elementary school all the way through adulthood, so it's really cute seeing how they both are helping each other grow and what is building up the bonds of a long-term friendship. If you haven't really gotten into this anime yet, it's going to be more of the same going forward. The supporting cast does come up a bit more, but hopefully you enjoy it for the colors. Hopefully you enjoy the anime for the approach that the studio is taking with a limited budget to make a really fun adaptation. I recommend My Clueless First Friend and seeing the entire season out. If you have any anime recommendations as well, please leave it in the comment section below. Thanks, guys.